What's up YouTube, this is JB Panther back on the video, and today's video is actually going to be another fun anime discussion type video. Again, people will be controversial. It's kind of controversial, not kind of controversial, but again, I will talk about it, and again, you know, this is just my personal opinion. You guys can agree or disagree with me, but we're about to get into it right now. So the topic of this video is that, is Fairy Tail the worst anime ever made? And in my personal opinion, it's one of, I don't think it's the worst anime ever. Well, it's one of them. It's not the worst of all time, but it's one of them. It's literally top 10. So I'm about to get into it right now. People are going to be mad. People are going to be disagree with me. Some people might unsubscribe or unsubscribe, whatever it is. But I'm just going to keep it 100, keep it with the heart. I feel like Fairy Tail in the beginning, it had a good it had a good start. But later on, I'm just talking about we're just gonna go back in the beginning with Fairy Tail. With the beginning of Fairy Tail, it felt very, very generic, very simplistic as hell. You had the beginning with Greg and Erza and Lucy coming together. Then you had the Jala arc. Then you had the Phantom Lord arc. Then you had the fight with Gagio and Natsu and Loxus when he tries to destroy Fairy Tail, or at least try to take over Fairy Tail. Then you had the Eurasian 6. Then you had, I'm trying to remember exactly because it's hard for me to remember every single detail of Fairy Tail. Then you had which is the other arc? The Edelos arc, with the cats and all that. Then you had the Terramogena arc. That's the downfall of Fairy Tail. When to me, I enjoyed it, but then the end was like, okay, well, all this stuff happened, and they fighting, Grimoire Heart and stuff like that, and then they're in a friendship barrier for 7 freaking years, and then they come out, we're the worst guild ever. Now, the downfall of Fairy Tail, this is why I think it's one of the worst anime manga series of all time. You had something that was enjoyable, really, really fun. I think Black Clover does a better job at the wizard concept than Fairy Tail, but I think it was a fun, enjoyable anime. But then what made it one of the worst anime mangas ever is when they kept on bamming you over the head with feelings and friendship and love and Yu-Gi-Oh does this bullshit, but Yu-Gi-Oh does it where it kind of fits the story, and it's again, they did OD on it, but it felt where it's it felt it felt with the story. Fairy Tail just kept doing the friendship feeling BS whatever with the what's the tournament? It's hard for me to remember exactly what happened in Fairy Tail. The Grand Magic Games, and then we saw what happened when Natsu beat Sting and Rogue with feelings and friendship. Then you had trying to remember exactly. Then you had Erza, who pretty much one-shot Minerva with the friendship power-up armor. Greg and Juvia beat the other two. Loxus beat Jira when he's one of the 10 Wizard Saints. He beats him just like that. Then Sting comes in there and be like, oh my god, I got the powers of fear, I can do it. And then it's like, oh, the powers of feelings and friendship made me stronger, I can't deal with it. He just, goes in the ground, gives up, kneels down and says, I can't do it, I surrender. And I'm like, bro, that's some bullshit. And then what was the worst thing about it is when even though when Sting was like, okay, well, I'm the strongest, Dragon Slayer, whatever, and then I'm about to just win it for Sabretooth, and then he loses, he gives up, and because he's doing it for Lecter, and that's not even the worst part about that. He gives up, and then Lecter, he gets the cat back, which I'm like, are you shitting me? I'm like, wow, that's when a lot of people drop Fairy Tail on YouTube and stuff like that, and they were getting paid a lot of money and stuff like that. And then another part of it was that you had 10,000 dragons that was supposed to come out with the future Rogue and all that, and then it was only reduced to 7. Then there was a lot of trolly BS. They beat Future Rogue and they reset the timeline and all this other dumb shit. Then you had the other arc where the 9 Demon Gates, which I thought was enjoyable, but then it doesn't further the story at all. Like you have Zeref, like a lot of shit in Fairy Tail made no freaking sense because Zeref had these 9 powerful demons that he created, and then you had Greg's father, Silver, being a member, and then he's trying to kill demons, but he's part of the demons, and then of course he gives the powers to Greg and stuff like that with the demon slaying, ice magic, and all that. But then you had it where the 9 demon gates are supposed to be one of the most powerful ones out of the Barma Alliance, and then they just got trolled. It's like boom, one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot, and they were doing cool, badass stuff like with Jackal with the explosion destroying the counselor and stuff like that. But then after that, it's like all the 9 demon gates just got trolled and trolled and trolled and trolled and trolled in one shot. And then Mark Gear's supposed to be like the strongest of the 9 demon gates or whatever the hell it is. And then he got trolled in one shot pretty much. And then Zeref's like, well, you guys did this and that. You know what? I'm just going to kill you, Mark Gear. And then put him back in the book, burn him, and that's it. And then pretty much Zeref's like, well, since, I had to try to... because I guess he wanted to settle the score with Natsu. But since Acnologia came in there, I'm gonna leave, and then blah blah blah, and of course we know what happened. He kills Ignia. A lot of this stuff made no sense. Again, it's a shitty ass arc. I don't care. It's a shitty ass series. I don't care what anyone says. And then that's not even the worst part about that. When you have the Spriggan 12, you have the strong, powerful, and this is how you know Fairy Tail was a terrible freaking anime, manga, whatever. And I read it, so it was even worse. So when you had God Serena, the strongest wizards from their country, going to become a member of the 12 wizards, the 12 Spriggan 12 army, and then Zeref is like, we thought he's this evil motherfucker, but then we find out he's an emperor of a whole other country, and the effects of the black magic or whatever, the curse, doesn't affect that country but only affects that region. Like, a lot of stuff made no sense. And then you had the 12 strongest wizards they found, and then they just did trolley BS. Oh, I have the power of a god. Boom, one shot. Then you did this, and then they get trolled. Then you had God Serena doing all this cool badass stuff. Then he gets one shot by Acnologia. Then they get killed and lose, get brought back by Erza's mother, Irene, whatever, and then all this, and then they do the same thing again. They get trolled, one shot it, trolled, one shot it, trolled, one shot, trolled. I mean, feeling friendship. It was unbelievable, man. Like, it is such a freaking, like, for a war arc, it was pretty bad. I don't care what anyone says. And then, that's not even the worst part about this, when you find out that August's son is, August, the old guy that's with Zeref, is really his son, and then they say my mother is Mavis, and then his son is, like, again, it was so freaking messy. That's what I said, I can't even explain it to you from a logical point of view. I can only talk about this from an emotional, rational point of view. So pretty much all that crap happens. August is like, oh, I don't have any friends, oh, my love, my father never loved me. But then it's like, my majesty never loved me, and then he never told him that I'm your son, damn it, for all these freaking years. And then he saw Mavis and says, oh wait, my mother, and then he's about to blow himself up, kill everybody, and then he dies. I mean, it's terrible. And then Irene, I think that bitch was even just as bad, because she's supposed to be the queen of all dragons and kill everybody and stuff like that. And then Erza beats her with friendship and feeling. Her whole bones are destroyed. She grabs a freaking one arm and jumps and destroys a freaking meteor, and then slices Irene, and then they're fighting Irene and all this other crap. Then, Irene switches her body with Wendy and all this other stupid shit. And then what happens is that Irene is like, you know what? Guess what? I'm about to take this sword that I took from you, stab yourself, cough of blood, die, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, wow, that is terrible. And another terrible thing about Fairy Tail, and I don't care, I'm getting emotional as hell, was the fight with Natsu and Zeref. And then that part too. But also the part with Lacarde, he's like the son of Zeref, but then he was really made as a Natsu clone and stuff like that. So that was terrible. So alright, he just kills him off. And then the fight with Zeref and Natsu was terrible, because it's like, oh, I have the power of Fairy Heart. You literally started a war to get this bullshit power to time travel, because his whole time goal was to time travel, blow up the timeline, and create a new timeline so he could feel happy and go back to the past and feel happy. All the stupid shit, right? And then Natsu gets killed. Then he gets feelings of friendship, power up, Machina, BS. best, and then they're all well by power and will. So they have so you have Zeref with his dark infernal attack, and you have Natsu with his feelings of friendship dragon fire attack. Blast, clash each other. Natsu gets feelings and friendship. One shot Zeref, boom, and he's like the main bad guy. He's the main bad guy of your freaking series, and you're doing this trolley BS. So he goes with I guess Zeref can't move. He's with Mavis. He loves Mavis, and then Mavis is like, I hate you, but then she loves him. Then all the stupid stuff. Then they die, and then they both go to heaven. I mean, freaking Zeref should be in hell out of all the horrible stuff he does. So she and him are in heaven together in the afterlife. Boom. Then Acnologia comes out, with his... It's kind of like the Brave Master thing, where like the spirit side is in a different world and the other side's in the earth world. So you have the dragon Acnologia in the real world. Then you have the Acnologia human spirit version of him in the celestial world or wherever the hell it is. And then you had the 7 dragon slayers, and it's crazy how they're supposed to be the 7 dragon slayers, but they can't slay a freaking dragon. Get their asses beat, trolled, get their asses beat, trolled. Then they lose, and then get their crying, get their ass beat up, blah blah blah. Then you had Acnologia, pretty much I'm going to destroy the world because I'm evil and I just want to kill everybody. Then they do the whole Dragon Ball Z, spirit bomb, grab all your energy and destroy the Acnologia dragon. Then you had Natsu saying, oh well, dragons are good. Acnologia said, dragons kill my family. I want to kill them and blow up the world and make the world a better place. But you're killing everybody to make the world a better place. Then Natsu's like, oh well, everybody, all the dragon slayers, the 6 dragon slayers that get their asses beat, give me your powers, give me your energy, give me your friendship, absorb it so I can use this power to destroy Acnologia. Then he gets the 7 dragon slayer friendship power up feelings, whatever the hell it is. Then Acnologia is trying to attack Natsu. Then Natsu uses his friendship fire dragon punch. Boom! Knocks Acnologia out, the spirit version. Then he dies. Then he talks about how, oh well, I wanted to be friends. I wanted to destroy everything. He says, you can never become king because, because a dragon, all this stupid shit, right? And he says, oh, well, you truly are the king of the dragon. And now she's like, I don't care about being king of the dragon. I care about having my friends. Then Acnologia dragon gets destroyed with the spirit bomb, whatever it is. And then, again, it talks about them going on a journey, blah, blah, blah. 100-year quest. And that's pretty much the end of the series. So, again, that's why Fairy Tail's a trash-ass series. And I can see why it never really resonated with America like that. I can see why it never really sold like that, because even though the English dubs came out, they still haven't put the other, the Spriggan 12 final arc on home video yet, that I know of. So it shows you that Fairy Tail isn't really selling like that. And it shows you that Fairy Tail had a cool, interesting concept, and they just completely fucked it up. And I feel like with Fairy Tail, they should have just put this on like Cartoon Network, on Nickelodeon or something like that. It might have maybe resonated more with a younger audience. But again, like Fairy Tail had something cool and enjoyable to deal with in the beginning, but then later on, once it starts getting further and further, it started becoming more trash, more bullshitty, and it was more coonery, and it was a freaking mess. So again, that's the reason why I think Fairy Tail is one of the worst anime manga series of all time. Tell me what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.